Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Be optimistic. Hope you all are doing well. Today I'm here with the grammatical concept which is recommended by almost all IELTS trainers including me, because with the help of this concept you guys can easily boost your scores in IELTS writing as well as speaking, that is variety in the tenses. It is also a part of IELTS writing as well as speaking's band descriptors, that is grammar range and accuracy. Guys, in today's video I'll cover simple and compound sentence structure. Watch this video till end. I'll try to explain this concept in easiest way starting from its basics. And in my previous video I've explained tips regarding all modules of IELTS that are extremely useful as well as beneficial for you guys. If you guys haven't watched that video yet, then must watch it. It will really be worth watching for you, and if you will follow all the given tips, you can easily boost your scores in all modules of the IELTS. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you can get immediate notification whenever I upload any video on my channel, and press the like button and share with your friends as well. So guys, let's dive into today's concept without wasting your precious time right now, and we will start from the basics, that is a clause. Before moving towards compound and simple sentence, I will let you guys know what is a clause, because some students have doubts regarding the clause. Guys, clause is basically group of words, right? It means in every clause there should be a subject as well as verb, and it also should be meaningful, right? And you should also remember that verb is action, as you all know, and the subject is who or what performs that action, right? Means subject की होगा लाइक कोई पर्सन भी हो सकता और कोई थिंग भी हो सकती है ਜਿਹੜੀ पर्टिकुलर एक्शन ਨੂੰ परफॉर्म कर रही है, right? And let's have a look in on example. He laughs. Here he is a subject. Here he is a subject and laugh as a verb. So it is a clause. In clause, as I told you, there should be a subject and verb. And let's have a look on another clause, that is when the dog barked. Here dog is a subject and verb, bark is a verb over here. Here barking is a action that is performed by a dog, right? So nextly, have a look at another set of the words which don't form a clause. My angry furry dog, right? As you can see that in this there is no any verb. There is just one subject dog, and angry or furry are just some describing words which describes about the dog, right? So there must be some students who are still confused about the sentence and clause. Guys, clause is we can consider clause as a smallest unit of the sentence, right? Because in sentence there can be multiple clauses, but in clause there can't be any other sentence, right? So as you can see, the example of sentence, I remember what you did yesterday, right? Here I remember is a one clause because I is a subject and remember is a verb. What you did yesterday is another clause, right? So this sentence consists of the two clauses and it is a sentence, not a clause, right? I hope that the concept of clause is clear to you. And now let's move towards type of clauses. We have basically two type of the clauses. One is independent, that is also known as the main clause, and second one is subordinate, that is also known as a dependent clause. So let's move towards in-depth knowledge regarding the type of the clauses. So firstly, dependent clause. As I told you, it is also known as subordinate clause. It contains a subject and a verb, right? And it may contain modifiers, that means some describing words, but it is not a complete thought. As its name suggests, dependent means ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦੂਜੇ ਤੇ depend ਕਰਦਾ, right? It cannot stand alone. Like ਇਹਦਾ alone ਕੱਲੀ ਇੱਕ dependent clause ਦਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ meaning, complete meaning ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਗਾ, right? Here are some examples. As you can see, although Franklin likes potatoes, right? Like चाहे Franklin potatoes पसंद करदा. Here you can see it is incomplete information, right? The here subject is Franklin and verb is likes, but this is not a complete thought, because it doesn't make a sense alone. So this is a dependent clause, although there is a subject as well as a verb, but it is not complete, right? Secondly, you can see when John comes home. In this, John is a subject and comes as the verb. It is again incomplete thought. So this is dependent clause, right? And the dependent clause require an independent clause in order to make a meaningful sentence, right? So nextly, have a look at the independent clause. Independent clause is also known as main clause, and it contains a subject and a verb and stands alone as a complete thought. Means अपने आप दे विच independent clause complete हुंदी है as well as meaningful हुंदी है, right? An independent clause has only one subject verb pairing. Just एक subject the verb pairing होगी. Means and like ਇਹਦੇ ਚ describing words हो सकते नहीं, like ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ describe ਕਰਨਗੇ, right? As you can see the examples, marry, rain. Means like second form, it is a past indefinite tense. The here subject is marry and rain is a verb, and it is a complete sentence. Nextly, you can see my angry furry dog barked loudly. Here you can see the dog is subject and barked is a verb, and angry, furry and loudly, these are the describing words. Angry and furry are describing the subject, whereas loudly is describing the verb, right? And there is only one pair of subject and verb, and it is a complete thought. I hope that it is clear to you guys, because it is essential to clear the concept of dependent and independent clause before moving towards the tense structures. So let's move toward the simple sentence that all of you, about that you all have information, but still I covered it little bit over here. Single sentence only consists of an independent clause. Means there will be only a single independent clause. Means ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ complete thought present ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ, right? As you can see, our country is developing. Here our country is a subject and developing is a verb, right? And it is an independent clause. ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ 'ਚ ਇੱਕ meaningful message ਦੇ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ. ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਟੈਂਸ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਨਹੀਂ, ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ, ਰਾਈਟ? And another examples are, I can speak English. I subject over here and speak is a verb. I am worried. Here I subject and worried is a verb, right? Simple sentences were too simple as its name. So now I'll move towards our actual concept, that is a compound sentence, right? So guys, compound sentence consists of two or more independent clauses, right? Means compound sentence ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੋ ਜਾਂ ਦੋ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ independent clauses ਹੁੰਦੀ। independent ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ complete thought ਨੂੰ present ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ, right? ਕਿ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ meaning ਆ, ਦੋਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ like complete ਨਹੀਂ, but ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ connecting words ਦੇ ਨਾਲ link ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ, but they are linked using a connecting words, right? And The conjunction which are used in the compound sentences, these are known as coordinating conjunction. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਡੀਪੈਂਡੈਂਟ ਕਲੌਜ਼ਸ ਹੋਣਗੀਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਰਡਸ ਕਨੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਆ ਕੋਆਰਡੀਨੇਟਿੰਗ ਕੰਜੰਕਸ਼ਨ ਐਂਡ we have a easiest way to remember these conjunction using this clue, that is fan voice, right? It is easy, and by using the fan voice you guys can easily create the compound sentences and impress your reader or your listener, right? Here F means for, A means and, N means nor, B means but, O means or, Y means yet, S means so, right? For, as you know, for means lay, and right ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ. N nor means negative sensely use ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ, it is used in pairing with neither, right? Next one is but or yet. Yet means ਕਿ ਅਜੇ ਤੱਕ usually ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਫਾਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ. So means ਇਸ ਲਈ, right? So I'll explain all these coordinating conjunctions with the help of examples in order to clear your concept regarding the compound sentence. Firstly, have a look at the first example. John sang a song and Gia recited a poem. Here you can see both, we have two independent clauses. Those are producing a meaningful thought and can stand alone. As you can see, John sang a song is one independent clause, and Gia recited a poem is another independent clause. And here we have used a coordinating conjunction, that is and, right? And you can see our independent clauses are underlined, and you can see the subject in the red, that are John and Gia, and verbs in the green, that are sang and recited, and independent clauses are connected by a comma, and coordinating conjunction, that is and, over here. So nextly, have a look at the, guys, I'll show you the uses of fan voice that is used to make the compound sentences. Firstly, you can see the example using what conjunction, that is Tim wanted to go to Canada but he do not have enough money, right? These both are independent clauses itself. Tim wanted to go to Canada is a one independent clause, and he do not have enough money is another independent clause, because these both are providing a meaningful thought itself and are standing alone, right? Can stand alone as well. And what here we created a link between these clauses using coordinating conjunction what, right? Nextly, Franklin wanted to go to Canada, so he is preparing for IELTS. You can see we have used coordinating conjunction so, right? Franklin wanted to go to Canada, one independent clause, and he is preparing for IELTS is another independent clause. Next one, as I told you that nor is used in combination of with the neither, used for the negative statement. Here you can see he neither shows interest in study nor in sports, right? Means like ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਸ਼ੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ. As you can see, government is not providing financial support for the peasant and nor for the laborers, right? And nextly, you can see the uses of or. He is not interested in maths or English. Next one is yet. John plays tennis well, yet her favorite sport is badminton. Here we have used yet as a conjunction. Means here you can see both are independents. Her favorite sport is badminton as independent, and John plays tennis, it is also independent, right? And here we have used yet as a conjunction. And guys, we can use yet in many ways, and I'm also going to show the uses of yet in other ways, but basically yet is used in this way. If you want to use it as a conjunction, it can be used in place of what, right? As you can see, she hasn't called me back yet. It means since, means we can see it till now, here in the first sentence, she hasn't called me back yet means अजय तक उन्हें मैनू back call दोबारा तो नहीं बुलाया, right? Nextly you can see the result has yet to be declared means किसी चीज़ ਨੂੰ ਲਾਈਕ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਡਿਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰਨਾ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਹਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ, that is unknown or unclear because result ਹਜੇ declare ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ, the result has yet to be declared. And next one is in order to describe a situation or event that is ongoing, right? I have a lot of work yet means अजय मेरे को बहुत कम पिया means it means I haven't finished my work yet, right? Another one is used, we can also use yet in order to like add more information, but it is used in the negative sense. Yet another issue to deal with is the pollution, right? These are the other uses of yet, and the proper uses for the compound tense is the first one where I've used yet as a conjunction. So guys, this is all about the compound and the simple tense structures. And if you guys face any difficulty, then you can feel free to comment and I'll try to solve your query. And if you learned something useful today, try to press the like button. It will give me motivation and I'll keep uploading some other useful video for IELTS preparation. And in my upcoming video, I'll cover complex and passive tenses. So guys, keep watching my videos as well as keep supporting. Stay tuned. Bye bye. Take care.